won his first PBA title by shooting a perfect 300 game from the tournament leader spot, which he is in right now. Here's Ballard, his opponent. Puts the pressure on immediately. All Dallas will call this match. Now Benoit.
Del Ballard with just a fabulous opening shot. Under control. He got a little extra loft on the ball. He got it over the foul line about 2 feet, and that let that ball set up in the pocket. Benoit naturally does that, and obviously he's always been tough when he can throw strikes.
There's one. Bob Benoit, who has bowled out of Topeka, Kansas, lived there, moving back to Dallas, a man that's had bleeding ulcers, a lot of media attention after his perfect 300 game a year ago. That's hard to handle, Nelson.
That is obviously true, Chris. And you said he had a 5-year hiatus where he didn't bowl professionally. He couldn't make a good living out here with his old style. He used to be what we call a down and ender, almost a straight ball player, until he developed this cupped wrist style that he features today and really works well on the urethane lanes.
He has 2 in a row. A man that starts way to the left of center and bends it into the pocket. Benoit.
Well, both these players make their living throwing strikes. They're not spare bowlers. If they have a lot of tough spares, they just kind of forget it and go to the next tournament. And neither player has missed the pocket so far.
All right, after 2 frames, we are all even. 4 strikes. Oh, it's beautiful, the hold.
Chris, I think if I was going to have a young player that I would train a style, I would put Del Ballard's style that he is rolling right now in his game repertoire, because Ballard's getting the ball over the foul line 3 or 4 feet, which delays the hook, and he has the medium speed, which will cut down the solid taps.
And it is a 2-4 as Ballard gives it sort of a cockeyed look.
And unexpected what is going to happen there, but I know this lane 59 and 60. I had the good fortune of winning the doubles championship on this pair, and if you send it too wide on 59, it'll hang out there and not come back to the pocket. That's what happened to Del on that shot.
But he continues to mark. Remember, he has won 2 matches over Stayrock, 224 to 205 with 8 strikes, and then over Parker Bone, 234 to 181 with 7 strikes. This man has a 2-bagger shooting in the 3rd frame. Bob Benoit. Well, the 10-pin.
A shot we've seen far too many times today, the solid 10. Benoit sends the ball wide with that nice smooth style of his. Takes that 6-step delivery a la Mark Roth, the cupped wrist, sends it out wide. Look where he's sliding. You'd think he'd be shooting the 10-pin, and yet he set it all the way out to the right channel, all the way back, and he leaves the 10. Once again, he'll follow the bowling tip of the week, flatten that wrist out, and go straight at the 10-pin.
All right. Don't forget, tomorrow, 1 Eastern, ABC College basketball. Illinois undefeated. They're on their home court against Georgia Tech. 2 teams with 2 3-point stars. Kenneth Gill for the Illini and Tom Hammonds for Georgia Tech.
And to tell you the truth, I watched Duke play North Carolina. Duke really looked bad, Chris. And I'll tell you what, Illinois, I saw them come from a 17-point deficit against Missouri, and they deserve to be #1 if they win this game.
All right, that's another 10-pin.
Look at this. He'll almost be in the same place to shoot the 10-pin, and yet it's a strike shot. He starts the ball almost between the 4th and 5th arrows at the foul line, goes out over the 3rd arrow, almost out to the right channel, brings it all the way back. And look at these amount of balls. You'd think that that was just a wild shot. That looks like the trajectory of the great Ned Day, one of the greatest bowlers of all time, used to throw that big hook, Chris.
Okay, in a very close championship match. In fact, at this point is all even early in the game. Showboat Invitational. an area of 70, but today attention is focused on the championship pair. Del Ballard in the championship game is going against Bob Benoit. Ballard with 2 wins thus far, all even, spare up, shooting in the 4th. Picture perfect strike.
No doubt about Del Ballard's ability to hit the right-hand lane, and that is the lane he will finish on in any clutch situation. That will be his 10th frame lane. But the key to the match here, to draw an early perspective, is how he reacts to that 2-4 spare he left in the 3rd frame. Will he adjust? Will he try to make some sort of adjustment to go around that hard board that he hit and make the ball finish in the pocket?
Powerful strike. It appeared as a high hit, but it's a 10-point lead for Del Ballard.
Ballard, a little extra backswing, a little extra speed, goes straighter towards the pocket to avoid that wide swinging hard board, smacks it right in the hole. He's zeroed in on both lanes.
Spare up for Bob Benoit. 5th frame. The 4-pin. Winner of this game, $33,000. The runner-up or loser, $17,000.
Look where he is standing to accommodate today's lane condition for that big hook ball. All the way to the left, starts the ball around the 3rd arrow, goes all the way out to the channel, and it's actually what we call rolling the ball out at the pocket. You see it hook and then kind of set at the pocket. The ball just loses its spin by the time it makes it all the way to the pit.
Next week to Grand Prairie, Texas, Forum Lanes again for the Quaker State Open. This is the Showboat Invitational. 11 pins separating the Texans for all the money.
Now, if Benoit continues to have his ball roll out like that, there's a couple of things he can do. He can get a harder ball that doesn't hook as much. He can loft it a little bit more like Del Ballard is doing, or he can throw it a little bit harder, or a combination of all of above. Let's see what happens.